All right, Shalom.
Come on.
All right, first and foremost, we have to give all the praises, honor, and glory unto the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem,
Hashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahusha,
Bahashem,
Hashem,
Ruka
Rekakwada.
HaKodash. Double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well and taught us this truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect, and the one third. All right, and to you scattered Israelite foreigners, you speckled birds across the four corners of the earth. To say shalom to you as well. There's your brother Salah.
Brother Sarah.
All right, and today's lesson, we should be we gonna be covering various topics. Some videos, rolling through the spirit that we saw on Instagram. And even on there, man, these people are starting to understand that they that Esau's world, man, is coming to an end, man. Everyone's starting to expose Amalek. These people that were in the world, that cover that cover mundane stuff. They starting to cover major topics. Exposing Amalek. On top of other things too, man. Stuff leading up to the NWO and stuff leading to that MOTV, right? All right, all right, all right. So all right. So before we play the first video, we're gonna read Second Esdras chapter 9. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, or when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning." Right. All right. So in this first video, right, that you see right here, and brothers have seen this video before, but this basically covers why they why they're gonna implement the MOTB, right, that micro C hip, which is that CBDC. It's from a cartoon. But Saki, but before we play that video, right, we're gonna jump to we're gonna jump to the copyright disclaimer.
Oh, can I bring out a precept real quick? It was just to go to what you were saying about the Most High declaring the end from the beginning. It was just a quick precept.
Go ahead, Doc.
All right, so Isaiah 46:10, it said, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Huh.
Beautiful, Lock. All right, and with that, we're gonna read the copyright disclaimer. All right, so disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. We are not making any money off of this, and we're not going to give you any medical information. And to be on the safe side, we're just gonna flash this on every video because I received the copyright strike on my last video, even though I've already read this. That's just Esau being the devil, but but with that, we're going to play the first video.
Today, most of the countries in the world are considering using CBDCs. And once this kind of power is unleashed, it may be nearly impossible to reverse it.
Wait, what are CBDCs?
Central bank digital currencies. Instead of being completely uncontrolled, this money is completely controlled.
Why would banks want to create their own digital money when they already control our paper money?
Because they can't control how you use your paper money. Once it leaves the bank, it becomes hard to trace and nearly impossible to control. CBDCs would allow the government to completely control the money, to spy on everything you buy. Imagine the government taxing you instantly, seizing your money whenever they feel like it. Say the wrong thing in a post, poof, you're a terrorist. And poof, no more money in your bank account.
All right, and of course we all know what this is going to go into. This goes into Revelation chapter 13, start with 16 on down. Brothers always bring out this precept. Everyone should know this, but we're gonna keep bringing out this precept.
Repetition.
Yeah, that's right, man. Repetition is the father of skill. The elder apostle Gabar, man, he always brings that out. So here it is, Revelation 13, starting at verse 16. And really, we can start at 14. And well, actually, I start at 14. All right, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth, and by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. Let's talk about the Roman Empire, right? When the Roman Empire fell during the Dark Ages or the Middle Ages, around 300 to 400 A.D. In Israel, Jake took over, with a Constantine and the Council of Nicaea. That's where the KJV the scrolls for the KJV was gathered. And then King James, later on made the King James Bible, which did include the Apocrypha, which Apocrypha just means hidden. And then Israel, Jake fell out of power around, I would say, between the 1300s to the 1400s. That's when Jake started to fall out of power. And then that's when Esau started to, to take control, to go out to save the world, and take control of Europe, and then the rest of the world, man. So that's what it's talking about by they had that wound and did live, right? Right, in verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed, right? Right, and right, in the image, it goes on, the ways of Esau, like the way, the ways of the lifestyle, the government, the philosophies of the Roman Empire, going all the way back to the serpent's, fruit, man, which the serpent was a man. Serpent just means sorcerer, or serpent, going back to the word nakash, which sounds similar to nahash, meaning going back to Genesis chapter 3, it goes back to a sorcerer, a warlock or a diviner, someone someone who reads signs, right? That's what the philosophy goes all the way back to. It came from the serpent, it was passed on through Cain. Cain, and then Ham, learned this knowledge, and then when Esau, came into, when Esau came on the earth, he learned that left-handed philosophy, back from Ham. So that's part of the image, or that's part of the image of the beast. That left-handed philosophy. His ways of life. And of course, much more than a picture of Cesare Borgia. All right. And of course, this goes back to the Tower of Babel as well, which the Tower of Babel is, it goes back to rebellion against the Most High Yahweh. All right, and here's the main point. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma, an mark, in their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no man may buy or sell, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And in the Greek, that is chi psi stigma. If you look at it in the Strongs, which chi psi stigma just means 666 in the Greek.
Strong's G 5516. Chi psi stigma. Chi psi stigma.
And yes, that is without a doubt. It represents 660 and 6. So 666, which is what you see on the barcodes whenever you go buy something. So yes, this is transactional, man. So when he implements this, right? And here's the thing with Esau though, like just like what you saw with with the United Kingdom coming out with that, with that digital ID. He said he basically said you cannot buy or sell unless you have this. You can't go to work unless you have this digital ID, right? But soon, right? Soon, like they're gonna say, okay, everyone come here. Like you need to take this. You can't participate in society unless you have this. They're not even gonna say that. They're not even gonna say you can't buy or sell. They're just gonna say you can't go to work if you don't have this, or you can't own anything if you do this, right? Esau's gonna try to make it vague. He's gonna try to hide the fact that it is the MOTB, but by then it's gonna become very obvious, man. Like people you're gonna know if you pay attention, right?
And just like the Apostle Tahar said, he said when that chip be made mandatory, the let gonna come out them camps that's not preaching the 100% truth. The let gonna come out, especially when that chip be made mandatory.
That's right, man. You got people in IUIC, ISUBK, Sakari, House of Israel. You got the elect scattered among them. They're gonna realize that's the MOTB, right? And Lord willing, they're not gonna take it. The Yahweh Shim Yashai, he's gonna give them a way to escape, a way to hide, or if they do get captured, he's gonna give them the strength to endure, torture and beheadment, and they're gonna be the first, one of the first people to get risen up, man. And we pray that Yahweh Shim Yashai, he protects us during those times because as we're gonna show. As we're gonna show in these other videos, it's gonna get really bad, man. Like Esau and these other heathen nations, they basically have technology that can basically cloak themselves. Not even heat seeking technology can detect them, man. That's how advanced Esau and these heathens technology has gotten, man. So all right. So we're gonna play the next video, right? All right, and again, we're gonna keep flashing the copyright disclaimer. We've already read this. You see it right here. Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use. Fair use. Fair use. All right. All right. So the next video. This takes place in Canada. You're gonna see what they're gonna do.
Not gonna believe this. Hiking and even just walking into the woods is now illegal in Nova Scotia.
Stay out of the woods. We are restricting travel and activities that really aren't necessary. Hiking, camping, fishing, and the use of vehicles in the woods are not permitted. Trail systems through woods are off limits.
Fishing, hunting, camping, driving, and again, just walking into the wild is now a crime subject to a $25,000 penalty.
The fine for violating any of these bans, $25,000.
And get this, even people with property in these areas are no longer allowed to explore them.
If you have a home or cottage surrounded by a wooded area, we strongly encourage you to stay out of those woods. Don't do anything that could unnecessarily put you, your family, or your neighbors at risk.
The justification for these sweeping climate lockdowns is last year's wildfires, which destroyed over 200 homes, but critics aren't buying it, especially with the visible activity seen before and during those disasters. Some argue the fires themselves were no accident, but rather engineered events meant to justify policies like this one.
Policies, man. Where does it say that in the scriptures? Like, and they're using harp. And we know Esau is using his harp technology to cause these thunderstorms, right? Causing all these wildfires.
And now here we are, the very first true climate lockdown, a move people have been warning about for decades, where access to nature is stripped away and citizens are gradually corralled into controlled cities, needing permission to leave and potentially barred from ever returning to the wild again. This may be step number one for corralling people into cities, but I'm optimistic that because we are all paying very close attention, the future is bright. You are...
Yeah, all right, and you best believe Esau's going to implement that here in Babylon the Great, America, right? Right, as closer as we approach, to the MOTV, he's you best believe he's going to send out his AI surveillance drones and troops, just scouring these forests, right? He already has snipers, and in places like Camp David, which is out in the forest, right? You'll see signs that says, do not cross, or else they will shoot on sight. So as we get closer, man, we really will need Yahweh Bashim Yao Shai, man, because Esau, man, he has like Esau has all these weapons, that could take anyone out at any given moment, man. And you have Jake out here thinking that their little firearm, man, their pistol, their shotgun, their their automatic. You can save him from all these things, man. No, man. And Esau's blessing is the sword, right? So all right, so all right. So the main point I wanted to get out, this video is. All right, Daniel chapter 8, verse 25, and it says here, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the princes of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And yeah, man, Esau thinks that I can control. I'm able to control these people. I'm able to get them to do whatever they want. We got troops. We got our AI drones scattered everywhere. But he thinks he's about to chip everyone. But nah, man. We know what the scripture says when that happens, right? In the book of Job. When he's about to fill his belly, right? Book of Job, chapter 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast a fear of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. Right? So Brother Sarah, just as you were telling me, man, as soon as Esau, man, this damn devil thinks he's micro-seeing everyone, right, on the planet, just when he thinks he's about to micro-see one of the elect, then that's when Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man, an angel's gonna intervene, right, and the nukes they're gonna start flying, man. And then from there, that's when the elect, man, they're gonna get beamed up, and in the fathership, man, and then ultimately that's when Esau will lose, man.
Because they think. Oh, Salaki.
No, you go ahead, Slakia.
I'm just saying, because Esau think just because he if they had us in slavery and they think the Most High is on their side just because the Most High allowed us to go into captivity under them, but they don't know that was just our punishment, man. Like they think the Most High gonna allow them to basically turn up again. He allowed that to happen because that was a punishment. But y'all ain't about to do it. It ain't about to be a part two. It ain't about to be a part two. They think it's about to be a part two.
Nah, that's right, man. And that's the pride of Esau's heart, man. And we know what that says about him. The pride of his heart just had deceived them.
Right.
And that's in the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 3. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. And ever since they went into space, right. You know, they've been going down ever since because that's when the truth came out through Abba Bivens, man. And
Huh.
yeah, that's right, man. And now we're seeing the end being made manifest, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, because as the apostles and elders, man, have been saying, because under the blood of Yahweh Shai, man, we're able to go out there, preach and teach, man. This word,
Huh.
and that's what's bringing this place down, man. And now Esau, man, the average Edomite thinks that they could just go out and and take control again, but that's not the case, right? Because the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, man, it says, he has set up bounds that he cannot pass.
Huh, man. Huh. They threw. Yeah, they threw. I mean, we could go deeper, but um, yeah, the Most High throwing this place down, man. He destroying Esau kingdom.
Yeah, that's right, Ark. That's set up bounds that he.
And that's balance, right? Because they was in power. Now they going down. That because we serve a balanced power, right? Remember, we was out. Yeah, that's balance. Because now we got next, right? That's balance. We was in captivity. Then we going into rulership. Now they going down. That's balance.
That's
Balance.
that's right, Ark, man. They gonna go for riches to rags, but we gonna go from rags to riches, man. As a nation, man. Starting with Yahweh Shai, man.
Uh,
That's right. So we're gonna get a couple of precepts on that. This is the book of Job, chapter 14, verse 5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed bounds that he cannot pass. Right, and we're seeing the end of Esau's. We're seeing the end of Esau's bounds. We're seeing the end of Esau's kingdom, right? All right, and now we're gonna get the precept. The first shall be last. All right, so this is the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 16. So the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. For many be called, but few chosen. Right. Right. So Yahweh Bashim Yahshua, he's only chosen a remnant, right? And those are gonna be the first, the ones in rulership, ruling with Yahweh Shai, man. King David, the 12, and the 144,000. Those are gonna be your new governing bodies, right? Lord willing, I say this humbly, man. That we be part of that number. Because we don't know if we be of the elect, man. We just hope and pray.
but what we can say is, he said he was gonna bring the elect through the fire. That means the furnace of adversity. They catch, they constantly catching hell, but they gonna be enduring, right? And spiritually, he is bringing us to the fire. He is gonna bring us to the fire when them chariots, when we be beamed up, Lord willing, the elect. Because them Christians and them Catholics, Buddhist motherfuckers, them niggas ain't going through no adversity. They ain't going through no trials and what is they going through? They look like they living lavish. Moab in big ass houses, Esau in big ass houses with they cross symbols with Caesar Borgia on the wall. They live in lavish. What tribulations they going through? What fires they going through? I don't see it. I mean,
Nothing, man. Like they for most, I can say for most of them, right? Not the ones that are homeless, but for most of them, right? They still got a roof over their head. They can still purchase some food, even though it's getting expensive.
yeah,
And even these other nations, right? But like in the land of Moab, like in China right now, they like basically almost all the poor, like they basically remove homelessness. Like, you still got a few homeless, don't get me wrong, but like their government's actually benefiting their people to the point where they're basically getting free housing. So like these heathens, man, they're doing all right, man.
yeah,
Like
Israel is this. Israelites, we going through it. We going through it. We at the bottom right now. So we disobey the Most High. Hispanics, Native Americans, so-called blacks.
Yeah, that's right. Because guess what? We don't own anything though, right? We don't own these big businesses. We don't own BlackRock. We don't have our own standing
Oh,
military. Like,
oh,
these other nations do. That's why they're about to go to war with each other. Because why? Well, what's Esau trying to do? It's a power grab for for control, right? While other nations they're trying to remain sovereign. That's why they didn't like China for the longest time. Is because they remain sovereign along with other countries. That's why you see when they had what was it Muammar Gaddafi, right, or whatever his name was. That's why they overthrew his ass, and killed him in the most humiliating way possible. Was because he tried to go against Esau / Amalek system, right?
Huh. Hey, I'm gonna send a post to the group if you want to read it out. Let me see.
Go ahead,
It's
beloved.
about it's about what Hitler said. Let me see. Let me see. Oh yeah, you keep talking. I'm trying to. Oh, there it go, right there. There it go.
Thawada Ak. All right, and if you look right here, this is from Hitler's book Mein Kampf, right? Mein Kampf means my struggle in German, and we're gonna read. Hitler said, because the white Jews knows that the Negroes are the real children of Israel, and to keep America's secret to the Jews will blackmail America, right? And that's what you see happening right now. That's why you see America making all these stupid decisions, right? Screwing over their own farmers, while basically helping out, competitive markets like Brazil, trading with China. And remember, although America is at odds or is at opposition with China, they're still trading with them, right? Which goes into Moab participating in the hope of Babylon, right?
Oh,
Which I believe is in this, which I believe is in Second Esdras. So all these nations, man, although they are against each other, they're still kind of helping each other in the same way because they're all still participating in their system, right? But once Esau goes down, right, what did it say in the Book of Revelation? They're going to be whale Babylon, man, because guess what? They can't get rich off anymore, even though they're enemies with them. They can't trade, so they can't really make any money off of Babylon because Babylon's going to get nuked. Right, all right. So it says here. All right, so the will to extort America, their plan for world domination won't work if the Negro knows who they are, who they were, and that's why they spend billions upon billions of dollars just to try to hide the truth. But guess what? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua revealed the truth, man. Man, at the very end, the white citizens of America will be terrified to know that all this time they've been mistreating and discriminating and lynching the children of Israel, man. Yasser Allah, man. Yahweh's chosen people, God's chosen people. They will fear God. They will fear God will destroy them as He destroyed Egypt for doing the same thing. So the elite, the Illuminati, keeps this a secret at all costs, man. The Illuminati is nothing but that left-handed priesthood, man, going all the way back to the garden. That sorcerer, man, keeps the secret at all cost. After I die, I will one day cause World War III by this message, which will be like planting a seed in people's minds until it sprouts. Once they nurture that seed and see more truth and learn Hitler was right, man, and see, man, like. And see, even before the apostles and elders came out, right, even Apostle Tahar said like he knew he was an Israelite before, right, because his parents knew that they were Israelites, so the truth still remained on the earth. It just wasn't really well known until Abba Bivens, right, he started spreading the truth to other people, right, that's how we had Abba Bivens, the seven, Elder Apostle Tahar. Elder Apostle Ramla, Elder Apostle Rakal, Elder Apostle Gabar.
and that's all spiritual. The Apostle Torah knew he was an Israelite. That's all spiritual. There's nothing new under the sun.
No, man. No, brother. There is that definitely nothing new under the sun, man. Because what the scripture say, well, whatsoever shall be in the dark shall come to light. And as you see right now, everything right now is coming to light, man. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is making everything well known.
They said I have made Esau bare.
I've made Esau bare. I shall uncover his hidden things, right? And that also takes me to another precept, right?
Uh,
Then this is the book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, right? This truth, right? This gospel, being preached by by the apostles and elders and brothers on down that preach the same likewise doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, right? And that's gonna happen soon, man. Once that MOTB micro C becomes mandatory, and when the nukes start flying, man, that's when the elect are gonna beamed up and change, man. Into new spiritual bodies, which is the second covenant, because they're able to keep that lost perfectly. Meaning what? We never gonna die, man. We're gonna be immortals, just like we were in the very beginning, since the time of Adam. Right. So you're gonna see in this next video, right? Right. Hey, this one's kind of funny. Again, we're gonna show the copyright disclaimer real quick. Copyright disclaimer under Section 7 of 107 Copyright Act 1976. Fair use. All right, there we go. We gotta keep showing that every time now, or else YouTube's gonna get picky. But watch this, man. And this is gonna get kind of disgusting, but we're gonna show it.
Realized that Trump brought his smell to the bill signing ceremony again. His one move revealed everything. Recently, Trump attended the White House bill signing ceremony. While Trump was listening to others speak, the woman next to him seemed to smell something, rubbed her nose, and looked very painful. At the same time, Trump found something wrong and pulled his suit, and seemed to find that he had yellow stains again like the last time he played golf. This time he was wearing dark suit pants, and he pretended to be calm. However, the man in the black suit next to him smelled the smell from Trump and pinched his nose to hold his breath. The woman next to him looked very uncomfortable and turned her head away. When signing the bill, the woman in white clothes squeezed to Trump's side very happily. When Trump sat down, her expression changed instantly, as if she wanted to escape from this occasion. She looked at a man, and the man responded to her with wide eyes, telling her that he knew Trump's smell was not good. The man behind Trump also found something wrong, suddenly raised his head and smiled awkwardly. As soon as Trump stood up, everyone turned their heads away, not wanting to see Trump's yellow stain, and she burst into tears because of the stench.
Yep. Hey man, hey, I already said this before, but like, it don't pay to be wicked, man. It really
the Most High embarrassing that nigga. Man, the ones of the Lord, bro. He called peace, embarrassing that nigga.
Hey, you know what? Let's grab a scripture, man, for that.
Man, the Most High God that I passed, he got everybody ways, man. That shit funny. Damn, nigga shitting on himself.
He did, man. This is the book of Galatians, chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And we know that, and so like, bro, but brother, we already know the wickedness that East, that Trump, man, that Esau does, man. With the whole Epstein thing. That's why they have all these distractions out, right? With CK. Another shooting is to distract the fact from for what he did, man. And let me tell you this, it's gonna get disgusting, right? But like, but like we know why he's shooting himself. It's not just the fact that he's old. Like my grandpa's basically the same age, or he's actually older than DJT. He lived through World War II, right? He saw World War II when he was 2 years old. But guess what? He's not shitting himself. Like, yeah, he could barely walk, but he like still he still has fecal he's not incontinent. Like he could like hold it in and use the bathroom or whatever, even at the age of like 80. I believe it's like 86 or 87 or whatever, right? But like. But like they're basically the same age. But like my grandfather, he could like still hold in his stool or whatever, right? Like not piss himself. and he needs a cane. But like, but so like, why is Caesar Nero DJT? Why is he shitting himself, man?
Oh shit.
But hey, man, let's just say this, man. Let's just say he for him to get in that position, he had to do something, diabolical. He had to do something nasty, diabolical. Just like these other celebrities, like Speed and these other music celebrities that had to get famous. What they had to do, right? They had to,
True.
through nasty work, man. Let's just say he had to bend over, right? And that's already too much information. That's why he can't hold it in. Is because yep, yeah,
True.
through.
He getting down with. He probably was at a Diddy party. I'm pretty sure Trump was at a Diddy party.
Hey, and guess what? That's why Diddy got 4 years, man. That's why he only got four
Yep.
years, and he's probably gonna get out even sooner than that too.
Watch it be like two. Watch.
They'll say 4 years. Okay, fine. 2 years. Okay, you're free to go. Don't worry about it. Yeah,
Telling
you know why? It's because he has dirt on everyone, including that damn judge too, man. You never know.
He got dirt on everybody. Watch him. Watch they drop that nigga charges, bro. I wouldn't be surprised.
They're gonna drop all his charges, man. They're gonna be like, hey, hey,
He
hey,
got
hey,
dirt on everybody. He got dirt on everybody, even Trump.
hey, man. Let's get the next preset, man. Like, for for nothing. This is the book of Luke, chapter 8, verse 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. The Lord, the Lord is basically exposing these people, man. For the vile people that they are, man. These fucking devils, man. Man, because brother, what did Job say about Esau, man?
Uh,
Let's see what did he say about them, man. Oh my gosh. I see. But they that oh. All right, Job. Yeah, all right. Job chapter 30. We're gonna start at verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Why do you say that? Is because we know Esau's a damn freak, right? He gonna get down with the animals, right? Yeah. Where too might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. Who cut up mouths by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men, and they cried after them as a thief. Right. So you'd see like Esau, at the end of your garden, and you tell that motherfucker, hey, stop, halt. Drop what you have, man. And because they would steal that, run away, right? And run off in the night. To dwell in the clefts of the valleys and the caves of the earth and in the rocks, man. And we know that was Esau. Because Esau like hiding in them caves, in high mountains too. Hence why you have them skyscrapers, because it reminds them of Mount Seir. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together. Yeah, they were the children of fools. Yeah, they were the children of base men. They were viler than the earth. And the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, he's exposing these motherfuckers for being the vile the vile motherfuckers they are, man. Shitting themselves. The men, women, having sleeping with animals. Going to these Diddy parties. Yeah, man. Yeah. Esau's getting exposed, man. Esau, Esau's getting fucking exposed.
Live stream of the Sean Diddy Combs sent.
Oh yeah. Let me show. Yeah, man. Before we show that video, let's. Oh yeah, fair use disclaimer. Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use, fair use, fair use. We've already showed this. All right. And Brother Saram, man, this is what you're talking about, man. Sean Combs, man, P Diddy, he about to get away. He about to get away with with what he did.
Sentencing. He believes he's a changed man and that he deserves to be out of jail with time served.
Okay, well, there it is.
The judge also told Combs that he appreciates the discussion of the impact of a sentence on his family and the impact that addiction has had on Combs.
No way!
Combs said that while in jail, he became alcohol and drug free the first time in a very long time.
Oh my God!
He also told the court that he wanted to be able to spend time with his 7 children and with his 84-year-old mother. Now, 6 of his 7 children did speak in court, and they told the judge that they want their father home with them. Many of the children cried and were emotional relating to the judge.
He's getting away with it. No way.
That he was a changed man. Now the judge
no way he's
also
getting
said
away
to
with
him,
it.
A history of good work to prove he's a changed man. He taught a class in prison for other prisoners on life skills.
What kind of skills?
One of the things that did emerge today is that Combs has a speaking engagement planned for next week.
Wait, so he's just planning? He's going to get off?
That how can he have a speaking engagement when he's not even out yet? And he's planning speaking engagements in Miami and in other cities. Sentence 50 months. 50 months. The judge is giving Sean Diddy Combs 50 months in prison. Now, he's already served 13 months in jail.
Does that count? So, hold up. This dude, everybody knows this guy's guilty, right? We all know this. And he's getting off on under 5 years. And that's the baseline. That's as bad as it gets. That doesn't mean that he can get part of the sentence commuted. That doesn't mean that he can get out early on good behavior. This guy diddled for 30 years, and he's gonna take a 4-year vacation. They did not say they did not say he is not eligible for parole. And for parole, you need to do 10% of your sentence. If he takes parole, he goes home next month. Oh my God.
Yeah, this man literally about to get away with what he did, man. Literally. Jake, man. Ooh. Oh my gosh, man. And you best believe, man, like Caesar Nero was also involved in those parties as well, man. Along with Epstein. Man, all these motherfuckers about to get judged. Oh my gosh. Amen. This is Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered, man. So for all the Jakes, man, out there, that sold out with Esau, man, that think they're gonna get away, man. And now Yahweh Shem Yeshai got something for them, man, and we already know. So, all right. So this next video, again, fair use. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use. Man, all right. So in this next video, man, man, you gonna see BB Netty, right? Benjamin Netton, not a JOO. Or Satan Yahoo, man, and he's basically gonna he's basically gonna admit that he's bribing these influencers, to speak good for Israel. So all right, so here's the video.
So this is from a few days ago.
I guess I'm curious about what's another game plan if we lose evangelical support for the state of Israel? What's our backup plan?
Christian influencers. You said, we talked about the woke right. And you said, I call it the woke Reich. The woke Reich. Because these people, they're not any different from the woke left. I mean, they're insane. They're Louis.
Calling people Nazis. They're trying to polymorph the same mob for the 12th time. And it's just not working. Bro, it's totally DR'd. You can't CC it anymore. You've used it too many times.
But they're actually meeting on some of the things.
Hey man, that Psalm 64 spirit out, right? Esau's telling on himself, man, and they're not buying that narrative anymore.
And what we have to do is we have to secure that part of the base of our support in the United States. We're going to have to use the tools of
fake
battle.
videos.
The weapons change over time, and the most important ones are in social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is
weapons change over time, and they basically said they're weaponizing social media, meaning they're going to use propaganda to spread lies.
Class TikTok number one, and I hope it goes through. And the other one, what's the other one that's most important? X. Exactly. Very good. So we have to talk to Elon. He's not an enemy. He's a friend. We should talk to him. Now, if we can get those two.
For what? What do you want? What do you want Elon to do?
We have to fight the fight and give direction to our non-Jewish friends.
That's the fucking problem. Yeah, that's the fucking problem. Holy shit. So they had a big meeting and everything. Is paying influencers $7,000 per post.
And before anyone yells disinformation, this is true and was even reported on the Times of Israel newspaper. It's called the Esther Project.
Oh yeah, screenshot the receipt. And you see the video at the bottom, yeah, it's right here. Aspen Gold clips. Everyone's talking about this. Yeah, the receipt's right there. For your brothers that don't want to take a look at this.
With influencers' contracts allowing payments up to $900,000.
Social media influencers can get paid basically under the table, and especially our MAGA influencers that are so-called America First.
I'm very close to calling it treason. I am really close, and I know, yeah, you've got freedom of speech, but whenever you're being paid to work with a foreign fucking government to work against the interests of your country, what the fuck do you call that? Oh, this is the guy that's buying TikTok.
Your body cams will be transmitting that. The police will be on their best behavior because we're constantly watching and recording everything that's going on. Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. Your diagnostic data, your electronic health records, your genomic data. And in the Middle East...
We are so cooked, man. Oh, jeez.
Well, and we all know what that's going to, man. Mass surveillance, man. They try to turn Babylon into a surveillance state.
True.
All right, 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And brother Sarari, man, you've been telling me, man, you've been seeing a lot of these influencers on TikTok, Instagram, speaking good about them tiny tops, right? Them big noses.
Yeah, it's rough. Speaking good, man. It's speaking good.
Yeah.
Speaking good. Like we said, they paying them good, man. If they post 10 posts, that's $70,000. They doing 7,000 a post. Yeah. They over here getting rich in Babylon.
Yeah. So so if you basically sell out to to them tiny tops, man, speak good about them, make your 10 videos, right? And Brother Sarah, they send me to the spirit, right? Right, why do they want influencers, mass posting these videos, right? Who are they trying to counter against, man?
Esau trying to hide. That's why the Most High said I have made Esau bare. Cause how much did they pay to try to remove Jake history? Hey, let's bring out that precept.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do this.
What's that precept? They come together. Dang. Hold on. It's basically a precept. Let me find it. Well, we got Well, I don't even have to bring this out for real. It's not even me really, but Psalms 83 and 4 said they have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation, uh, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance."
That's right, and it goes in that confederacy of nations, right? Like, and now, so like, yeah, but back to back to what I was saying, right? So the so how Elder Apostle Tahar gave us that order to push out a video every single day, and well, why do you want us to do that?
Because famine the word coming.
Yeah, fair on the word, and it's so basically prophecy can speed up because since you have a bunch of brothers posting videos every day covering Esau on basically every angle, right? So what's that's gonna do? That's gonna flood YouTube's algorithm, right? So basically, a lot of people are gonna see our videos, right? Speaking about the truth, right? And they're gonna know about this truth, right? And since a lot of people are seeing this truth, and that includes BB Milkowski, you best believe BB Milkowski knows the men of the Great Millstone, and and the brothers on down, man, and his affiliates, man. Like these Amalekites, right? They know that we're pushing this truth, man. They know that we're coming to the realization that we're Israelites, right? Hence going back to going back to Hitler's Mein Kampf, right? That's why they tried hiding this truth, man. And they know this truth is going forth. So what are they trying to do? So what is Milkowski trying to do? They're trying to counteract this truth, by spreading their lies or their false narrative, by paying influencers to speak good on them. Giving them 7,000. They're basically bribing, people to speak good about them, right? Because now this truth is basically what's it called? It's shameful spewing on their glory, right? That's what this truth is doing, right? That's why Milkowski. Milkowski want those them tiny tops, right? Them Amalekites want want these influencers, man. These Christian, these evangelical Christian influencers, to speak good on to speak good on them, right? Them J double O's, man. Them ish people, right? So what's it called? Shameful spewing on thy glory. All right. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 16. Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also. Let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai's right handed, shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. and that's what's happening right now, man. That's why they're getting ready to shut down this truth, man. That famine of the word, man. And because once that famine of the word hits, man, then that's what then that's when then that's when prophecy's gonna speed up, man. Elder Apostle Tahar, he's gonna give us that order to stop, which is gonna come from Yahweh Bashim Shai on high, and then we're just gonna see prophecies play out, man. The men of the Lord, man. We're gonna get persecuted. Some of us are gonna get locked up. Internet's it's either gonna go down or it's gonna be heavily censored. Man, people are gonna be rioting, shooting each other in the streets because their precious internet is shut down, and people can barely afford to buy food, or there's gonna be limited food in the markets. They're gonna allow people to basically kill each other, and once that happens, they're gonna step in with their troops, man. They're gonna say they're gonna come in as that savior, right? And they're gonna say, oh, we have the solution, right? Follow us. We need you to take this. And then we're gonna bring everything back to normal. They're not even gonna tell you can't buy or sell. They're not even gonna say this in the MOTV, right? They're not gonna say you like they might say like the way they'll probably frame it, they'll be like, okay, if you take this, you'll be able to go back to work. You'll have you'll have peace and safety, and we know what the scriptures say about peace and safety, right? Yeah, when they say peace and safety, then that's when sudden destruction shall fall upon them like a travail upon woman with child, and they shall not escape. Roughly paraphrasing, right? Right. That's they're gonna receive that boil or from taking that charagma, right? And then once they do that, these people's fates are sealed, man. They're screwed, man. And that's when the nukes are gonna fly, and they're gonna get hit, man, and the elect they're gonna get beamed up. So.
Yo, let's you trying to hop to Second Esdras 16 and 70?
Yeah. Let's go there.
Second Esdras 16 and 70 through 71. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord."
Yeah, that's right, man. And the people that fear the Lord, man, that's every Israelite out there, man. Even the ones that think that say that they don't believe in the truth, they do to some degree. That every elder apostle Tahar said this. Every Israelite out there, they fear the Lord in some way, shape, or form, man. Because I'll say
I
that.
said they already got a zeal, because
Yes,
no. You go ahead. No, cause I was just saying that scripture. When Yahweh Bashim Shai said, for our they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. And Slakia. But what I was gonna say is I remember I said this to my dad, right? We got into an argument about some things, but I ended up saying to my dad, right? Like I told him, hey, I told him, you don't even believe in the Lord, man. Of course I said it with more emphasis, right? But then my dad stopped me, right? But and he explained to me that he actually did believe in God, or he did believe in the Most High. Of course, I don't know if he believed in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, but he said he did believe in the Lord, right? Right, and he told me he was very afraid of them, though, and then when he went on to explain that's why he feared the Ten Commandments. But we know the scriptures go past the Ten Commandments, though, right? So yeah, Jake. So Jake does fear the Lord in some way, whatever that way is. Including the wicked ones, right? Right, is because ultimately, man, Jake fears that judgment from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which that judgment is going to come upon 2/3 of our people. Well, and as it says in the scriptures, man, 2 parts shall be cut off, but the third shall be left therein. So we know, so we very close, man. And speaking of Jacob's trouble, man, look what these Moabites got, and you best believe Esau also has this technology as well. Again, fair use, Copyright Act of 1976 under Section 107.
not CGI, and it's not science fiction anymore. China has just made one of the most terrifying announcements in modern warfare. In a chilling speech, officials revealed a weapon unlike anything the world has ever seen. True invisibility. Experts warn it won't just be used on people. The next generation of fighter jets and weapons could disappear right before our eyes. Here's the shocking part. This quantum invisibility doesn't just hide objects. It can even fool heat-sensing cameras. Meaning, someone could walk straight through the most secure facilities in the world completely undetected. Two workers held up a strange panel. As they turned it, the person behind it vanished, blended perfectly into the background. The phrase was unforgettable. Science fiction is now reality. This technology bends light itself, erasing anything behind it. And if it falls into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Because right now, there is no defense against it.
Hey man, and you best believe Esau's also gonna have this technology as well. It's not just Moab. Right. You best believe Esau. He either probably bought it from Moab or whatever, right? But you gonna see these stormtroopers, man. You gonna see these troops, and the most terrifying part, you're gonna see these AI bots camouflage like Predator from the movie Predator, man. Or Aliens versus Predators, man. Like these motherfuckers, they're gonna disappear. Like you can't even use heat-seeking technology to track these motherfuckers. So you could basically hide an entire tank behind that thing, and you won't even know until it's too late, man. That's basically you best believe Ezra saw this, man. And that's why Ezra was terrified. When he said this, man. Woe is me, woe is me. Yeah, all right. So Second Ezra is chapter 16. We're gonna start at verse 13. The main point's gonna be at 17. For strong is the right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss. When they begin to be shot into the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow shot from a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues shall be sent upon the earth shall not return. Woe is me, who shall deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand still in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine, plague, tribulation, and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. And but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be mindful of the scourges. And that's 2/3 of our 2/3 and the rebels of our people, man. And so Ezra's, man, when he saw that vision, you best believe, man, he saw, he saw motherfuckers, man, and these AI drones with these with this camouflage technology or this or this invisibility cloak or this invisibility shield, man. And of course there's gonna be much more to that. Esau got his dew, direct energy weapon. Referencing the dew of heaven from above. Of going back to Genesis because Esau understands his blessing is the sword. Or so Jacob's trouble, man, and is gonna get crazy, man. That's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. He protect his elect out there, man. and and going to uproars of the people, man. The Northern Kingdom, these Issacharites, man. They kicking Esau out of their land, man. Man, they say, they say they had it with these devils, right? All right. So before I play this video, fair use, Copyright Act of 1976, fair use. It's under section 107.
They over in Mexico tearing white people's asses up right now. If you don't believe me, you can go look it up. But the Mexicans that are in Mexico are literally coming after people who are claiming to be nomads. All those boomers who have now retired and are looking for a cheaper place to live with their retirement. They decided to go to Mexico and try to gentrify Mexico. And they said, no, sir, no, ma'am. The Mexican people are going through their cities where they've built all these places of shops and restaurants, and they are breaking everything. They are blaming this boomer generation and these digital nomads for the reasons why the price of living is going up. They said that over the last 5 years, just rent alone has gone up 43% because of them. They said that because of them, they are now having to choose between groceries, rent, and electricity. And they didn't waste no time telling them, get the fuck out. They even said they were coming on their beaches telling them that their mariachi bands can't play their music. The nerve. That's a cultural thing that's been going on there forever. Why would you think you get to go to someone else's country and tell them what to do? There was even one of the protesters who was quoted stating, this is how colonialism works, and we're going to put a stop to it before it ever even happens, honey. And they don't look like they're joking around, busting windows straight out, honey.
All right, and that takes us to this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 13, starting at verse 14. And it shall be as the chase roll, and as the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee, everyone into his own land. Right. And they basically chasing these Edomites out of Mexico. Right. These Edomites, that are trying to flee Babylon because everything in Babylon is getting too expensive. But guess what, man? The Northern Kingdom, man, Issachar, they don't want you in their land, man. You'll tell them that you can't play their own music on their own land, man. And like these motherfuckers are the devil, man. Man, and they know they're through, man. Like you gonna see in these in this next video, even this Edomite woman, man, she said delete herself, man. She tired of living, man. These damn devils don't know they're gonna face judgment, man. And now that this truth is being spread forth, right? Again, we already brought out the Copyright Act, so we're gonna play this video.
Message to the black people.
Fuck, kill us. Kill us.
No, we can't do that.
Yeah. Kill us!
Hey, man. Esau don't want to face that judgment, right? Ecclesiasticus of the book of Sirach, chapter 25, verse 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right, and we are seeing the fall of our enemy Esau, Edom, man, and these other nations in real time. So it's a beautiful thing, man. To see, to see our enemies crash out, but as we approach the family of the word, the MO, Jacob's trouble in the MOTV, man, and eventually these missiles and the chariots, man, man. So we close, right? All right, and this next video again, just to be safe, you see it right here. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Fair use, fair use, fair use. Everything, like this whole CK incident, man. Everything was set up, man, from the very beginning, man. And this guy's to explain it right here.
I would never take my life, and just to let you know, if you guys have been watching what I've been presenting this whole entire time, and you still 5 Illuminati card game has done it again. It has accurately predicted the Charlie Kirk assassination. You need to watch this to the end, trust me. Now, if you guys haven't seen this card game before, it was made in 1995, and conspiracy theorists suggest that some of these cards are the plan for the New World Order. Again, made in 1995. That look familiar? How about this one? How about this one? That one? Federal Reserve, Center for Disease Control, gun control. You get my point. Somehow, this card game in 1995 shockingly predicts a lot of the things that have happened in the future. Now, this is the card that really blew my mind, and stick with me here, guys. The card is titled Enough is Enough. At any time, at any place, our snipers can drop you. Have a nice day. Kind of looks like a picture of Trump. And you might be saying, well, what does this have to do with the Charlie Kirk situation? Well, this is the last short that is on Charlie Kirk's YouTube. Look at the thumbnail. Look at the card. Well, I didn't think too much about it until I saw the title of this short. Enough is enough. Yeah, okay. I just like to say here, guys, that I love my life. I love my life so much. I would never take my life. And just to let you know, if you guys have been watching what I've been presenting this whole entire time, and you still believe the narrative, the mainstream, then you're an idiot. The playbook is too obvious. They want you to know. They want you to know it's them. Nothing surprises me anymore, but let me know what you think in the comments down below. Peace and love.
And and there you have it, man. Esau, man, Esau Edom, man. He's basically showing his horns, man. He is letting you know that he is the the devil of the earth, man. And, Job 9:24. The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces and judges thereof not. Word, who is he, man? Man, and based off this card game, I personally have never seen it. I personally don't have it. Just like the with the Simpsons, man, and some stuff from Family Guy. We're really all this media that Esau pushes out, man. Esau basically lets you know what he's gonna do, before he does it. That goes back to his Hegelian dialect, right? And that's that's why he sets up all these policies, man. And he has that two-party system, right? Going back to his two horns like a lamb, but he spake as a dragon, right? And you see him getting ready to speak as a dragon as he's getting closer and closer to enforce these draconian laws, man. Martial law. Well, he's basically getting around martial law, with his military, right? Having them stationed in every major city because real soon, man, people are getting ready to riot, right? He's getting ready to shut down or control this internet, and again, man, people are getting ready to crash out, real soon, All right, Book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. And shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh, shall I destroy even the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? And thy mighty men, O T-men, shall be dismayed, to the end of everyone to the mount of Esau may be cut off by slaughter, right? And you see that's getting ready to happen, man. And ultimately, man, when these nukes start flying, after the MOTV gets, it gets made mandatory, man. The elect, man, and again, as we've been saying, they're gonna get beamed up, they're gonna get changed in the twinkling of an eye, as the scriptures say. We get that new spiritual body, which is the second covenant, with the laws written in our inward parts, and we can establish the kingdom on earth as it is in heaven, as it says in the Lord's Prayer, man. And that's gonna be your new governing bodies that are gonna be ruling the earth, man. These heathens, they're gonna go down, man. And Esau, man, and Esau.
Guys, the 1990.
And this is what we're gonna do to you, Esau. Man, when when Yahweh Shem Yahushai comes down, man. When Yahushai comes down with the elect, this is exactly what the fuck's gonna happen to you, man. When we get to the kingdom.
You have zero respect for the lives of others. And you have no intention of changing, do you? You're just going to go on hurting people. Nice try, but that will be your last bluff. You're finished! It's over! No more killing! How does it feel? Now you know how your victims felt when you ended their lives. The time has come for atonement, Natron. Got it. You have.
Hey, man, and you know what was spiritual about this when I saw this. When he said when Goku said now's the time for atonement, nature on this I believe I saw this after or at the around at the end of the day of atonement, man. So you best believe, man, when when Yasharella, when Israel gets gets that spiritual power, man. As Elder Apostle Tahar says, we gonna be whooping ass, man. We gonna be whooping ass. All right. All right, and we're gonna get these last few precepts. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 14. Fear not, thou worm, Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I'll help thee, saith the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and thy Redeemer of Israel. Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and shall glory in the Holy One of Israel. Yeah. All right. And in this last precept. All right, this is the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 16. We're going to start at verse 8. The mighty Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai saith the plagues. Slocky, this this wasn't the one. Psalms 148. Actually, yeah, Slocky, this is the main point. All right. So Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 11, the Lord Yahweh Yahushai shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. And the earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof, and the sea arises up with waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also. Therefore, also before the Lord, and before the glory of his power. For strong is the right hand, and that bendeth the bow, and his arrows that shooteth sharp shall not miss. And when they begin to be shot at the ends of the world, behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. Right. So. Right, so basically, man, after the nuclear missiles start flying, man, the elect, man, they're gonna receive that spiritual power, man. These heathens, man, they gonna get absolutely crushed, man. So with that, I like to end off the lesson right there. Hope this lesson's been edifying to you, Akim, and if you Akwath. And with that, I like to say, Kol Halayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rukah Kadash. Double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who all taught us this truth. I would also like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3, Jabal Salah. And with that, I like to say Shalom.